أهل البيت صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الخلق وأعز المرسلين أبي القاسم محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
وعلى آل بيته الأطيبين الأطهرين، سيما بقية الله في الأراضين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بكيت لرسم الدار من عرفاتي، وأجريت دمع العين بالعبرات، وبان عرى صبري وهاجت صبابتي، رسوم ديار أقفرته عراتي. Poet says, I started crying when I imagined I drew a picture of Arafat, where Imam Hussein alayhi salam did his supplication and headed towards Karbala. بكيت لرسم الدار من عرفاتي، وأجريت دمع العين بالعبرات. بكيت لرسم الدار من عرفاتي، وأجريت دمع العين بالعبرات، وبان عرى صبري وهاجت صبابتي، رسوم ديار أقفرت وعراتي، مدارس آيات خلت من تلاوة، ومنزل وحي مقفر العرصات، لآل رسول الله بالخيف من منى، وبالركن والتعريف والجمرات، ديار علي والحسين وجعفر وحمزة للسجاد، وحمزة والسجاد بالثفنات. I'm remembering the abodes of Ali, Hussein, Ja'far, Hamza and Sajjad Zain al-Abidin, the Thafanati, the one with the dried meat from sujood, from prayer. He cuts it off every time. ديار علي والحسين وجعفر وحمزة والسجاد بالثفنات، قبور بكوفان، قبور بكوفان وأخرى بطيبة. It says, I passed over these abodes and I couldn't find anybody home. Where did they go? He starts counting the graves of Ahl al-Bayt where they went. He says, قبور بكوفان. Kufan is Kufa, the grave of Imam Ali. وأخرى بطيبة. طيبة is Medina, the four Imams. قبور بكوفان وأخرى بطيبة، وأخرى بفخ لها صلواتي، وقبر بأرض الجوزجان محلها، وقبر ببا خمراء لدى الغربات، وقبر ببغداد لنفس زكية. The poet is Da'b al-Khaza'i is reciting this poem in front of Imam al-Rida, the 8th holy Imam. He says you also have a grave in Baghdad, which is the one belonging to your father, Imam Musa al-Kadhi. وقبر ببغداد لنفس زكية تضمنها الرحمن في العرصات، وقبر بطوس يا لها من مصيبة. There's a grave in Tus being Mashhad today, Iran, and that is the grave of Al-Imam al-Rida, where Imam turns to Da'bal and says, Da'bal, this is actually the edition of Imam al-Rida. And Da'bal says, I don't know that you have a grave on Tus. He says, Ya Da'bal, dhaka qabri, that is my grave, and I will be buried there. وقبر بطوس يا لها من مصيبة ألحت على الأحشاء بالزفرات إلى الحشر حتى يبعث الله قائما يفرج عنا الهم والكربات. Mentioned all the graves of the Imams up to the 8th Holy Imam, and he omitted one grave, and that is the grave of Imam Hussein. And as if he's calling to Fatima alayhi salam, he says, Fatima, don't worry, I left the best for last. أفاطم لو خلت الحسين مجدلا فقد مات عطشانا بشط فراتي، إذا للطمت الخد فاطمة عنده وأجريت دمع العين في الوجنات. Fatima, if you were to come over to the grave of your son, surely your tears will be flowing like the spring. أفاطم لو خلت الحسين مجدلا فقد مات عطشانا بشط فراتي، إذا للطمت الخد فاطمة عنده وأجريت دمع العين في الوجنات. أفاطم قومي أفاطم قومي يا ابنة الخير واندبي نجوم السماوات بأرض فلاتي، توفوا عطاشا بالفرات فليتني توفيت فيهم قبل حين وفاتي. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
قال الله تعالى في كتاب الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، واتل عليهم نبأ ابني آدم بالحق إذ قربا قربانا فتقبل من أحدهما ولم يتقبل من الآخر قال لأقتلنك قال إنما يتقبل الله من المتقين. صدق الله العلي العظيم. The first homicide that ever took place in the history of the world is that the Quranic verses talk about regarding one of the sons of Adam, and here Allah says, O Muhammad, mention unto them the story of the two children of Adam. If bilhaq, the Quranic verse says, mention it truthfully. The reason Allah here says bilhaq, because the Old Testament, which is the Torah, mentions the story of the two sons of Adam. And you must have heard the famous phrase that says, when one of them killed the other, and Allah asked Cain, he says, where is your brother? He says, am I my brother's keeper? That's the famous biblical verse. And they did not mention the story about al-ghurab. Al-ghurab in English is what? The crow. And it talks about the two one killing the other after they gave a sacrifice to Allah. إِذْ قَرَّبَا قُرْبَانًا. Here Allah says, we will tell you the story bil-haq. He says both of them gave a sacrifice to Allah. One was accepted, one was not. The one whose offering was not accepted turns to the one whose offering was accepted, his brother. And he says, لَأَقْتُلَنَّكَ, I will kill you. In reply, Habil, Abel, says, إِنَّمَا يَتَقَبَّلُ اللَّهُ مِنَ الْمُتَّقِينَ, underline it. Says, verily Allah will only accept an offering of the ones who have piety in what they give. So after he slew his brother, he killed him, Allah sends a crow. فَبَعَثَ اللَّهُ غُرَابًا يَبْحَثُ فِي الْأَرْضِ. He sends a crow, and Cain is looking at the crow, and the crow starts digging from the floor, from the ground. فَبَعَثَ اللَّهُ غُرَابًا يَبْحَثُ فِي الْأَرْضِ. He was digging. And another crow, he had another dead crow, he puts some and then covers it. فَبَعَثَ اللَّهُ غُرَابًا يَبْحَثُ فِي الْأَرْضِ لِيُرِيَهُ كَيْفَ يُوَارِي سَوْءَةَ أَخِيهِ. To show him how to bury his brother. That's the first burial that ever took place. First funeral. قَالَ يَا وَيْلَتَا أَعْجِزْتُ أَنْ أَكُونَ مِثْلَ هَذَا الْغُرَابِ فَأُوَارِي سَوْءَةَ أَخِي فَأَصْبَحْ مِنَ النَّادِمِينَ. He says, wow, I'm so weak, I didn't know how to bury my brother, like this crow buried whatever he had. This story, the Quran mentions, the Old Testament, the Torah does not mention. So Allah says, وَاتْلُ عَلَيْهِمْ نَبَأَ ابْنَيْ آدَمَ بِالْحَقِّ. This is the real story. Shuya, what's Allah trying to tell us about a man who slew his brother, and that's all? La. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as if He's trying to give us pointers here. One of the pointers is, the secret to happiness is what? Do not look at what your brother has or your friend has. The secret to happiness is to be content with what you have. Because according to the theory of relativity, Zainab has $100, she's rich compared to third world countries. Compared to the theory of relativity, compared to Bill Gates, Zainab is what? Makhassa. So here the Quran is saying, do not look at what your brother is offering. Just look at what you are offering. But you have to be careful. Look what your brother said. Your brother said, إِنَّمَا يَتَقَبَّلُ اللَّهُ مِنَ الْمُتَّقِينَ. Allah never looked at what you gave. Never, nor did He look at what your brother gave. Allah looked at the intention, how pure the heart is. And they say, Cain was he worked with vegetation, while Abel worked with, he had herds. And Cain came and picked up whatever crumbs were left of his vegetation and gave it, while Abel gave the best of his herd. Allah says, this one is more pious than the other one. Why did Cain and Abel say here? Why did they offer a sacrifice? Was it the law at that time? No, these were the first people on this earth. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings this situation, brings a story and tells you here, Fadla. What a beautiful play. Here, take it. Take the idea, the right idea that Allah is trying to give you. Don't sweat it. Don't go with your imagination wild. We'll tell you what the expert out of the story, right? He's telling you, Cain and Abel were saying, Allah, thank you. Here. I know we forget every now and then to say it, the way we carry ourselves, the way we do things. But Allah, thank you very much. Now one was more pious, the other was not pious. Kif yani. Cain says, Cain is the one that killed Abel. Cain says, it's my father's birthday. It's my father's birthday. I need to get him a gift. So Cain goes to his room, looks whatever, he says, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this. Yallah, puts it, wraps it in a gift package, he brings it. And he says, Dad, happy birthday. Abel says no. Abel goes into his room, looks for whatever is most worthy, wraps it in a gift basket, he brings it and gives it and says, Dad, happy birthday. It's exactly what they did. Cain and Abel. The father of Cain and Abel said, Shuhada, once he opened up the gifts, what is this? Son, what are you doing? You gave me whatever you don't need. You gave me whatever you're throwing away. Here comes Allah. They gave a prayer, and they gave a prayer. Cain gave a prayer, Abel gave a prayer. And I stood at the prayer table. I said, Allahu Akbar. Allah, this is my prayer. However you want it, take it. Cain, on the other hand, stood and says, here's my prayer. In the prayer that you offer Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is exactly like the offering that Cain and Abel offered. The prayer here that you give on a daily basis is what Allah wants from you. Either you can give it with piety behind it, or you can give it without piety. It's up to Allah. Allah in the Quran says, Awwal shay. He looks to the people of Cain. He says, there's a dialogue between the people of heaven and the people of hell. Right? The people of hell talk to the people of heaven. And they say, please give us some water, yada, yada, yada. The people of heaven say, no, innaha muharrama ala al-kafirin. It is prohibited on the head. But what takes your mind away is the people of hell when they start dialoguing with each other. Some people look at each other and say, I know we're getting punished, but what did you do? قَالُوا مَا سَلَكَكُمْ فِي سَقَرٍ. Saqar is supposed to be the worst level of hell. These people who are burning, abandoned, they're burnt skin, and are looking at their people right next to them, and they said, مَا سَلَكَكُمْ فِي سَقَرٍ. It's like into when you have this massive headache, and on top of that headache, you got somebody that's you know, you gotta get all the time, and you couldn't take it anymore. What's wrong with you? مَا سَلَكَكُمْ فِي سَقَرٍ. What did you do? Not only, I know we're burning, but the fire that you're in, well, we're even getting a taste of that one. قَالُوا مَا سَلَكَكُمْ فِي سَقَرٍ. They replied saying, قَالُوا لَمْ نَكُ مِنَ الْمُصَلِّينَ. We never used to pray. We don't pray. We never prayed to Allah. Now these لَمْ نَكُ مِنَ الْمُصَلِّينَ, are they Muslims or non-Muslims? Muslims. And non-Muslims as well. No, this is the only connection between the individual and Allah. قُلْ مَا يَعْبَأُ بِكُمْ رَبِّي لَوْلَا دُعَاؤُكُمْ. But if this prayer did not have piety, like the Quran says, إِنَّمَا يَتَقَبَّلُ اللَّهُ مِنَ الْمُتَّقِينَ. Allah, not me. Allah says it's useless. Why? سألوا الإمام الصادق, قالوا له, how can we determine a man if he's good wala la? The Imam al-Sadiq says, don't look at the way he prays or how long it takes him to do this and that. Don't look what he has on his forehead, because it's something he probably got used to. Now what do we do? He says his prayer is supposed to appear on his actions. Test him with sadaq, truthfulness, al-amana. Test him. This is the way you test a human being. He says, yeah, Imam, what if he doesn't possess any of those, but he does the... He said, it doesn't do anything to him. He's just practicing on a daily basis. Why? There is no piety behind it. كيف يعني? بيصلي ما بيصوم. He fasts, he prays, he doesn't fast. A lot of people like that. بيصلي ما بيفهم القرآن. ما بيعرف أهل البيت. بيصلي, he prays, he doesn't know how to dress up. He doesn't know what Allah. Because he says, according to Allah, when you say you stand in the hands of Allah, Allahu Akbar, khalas, you're in the prayer, whatever Allah, ihdina, you say ihdina, guide us to the straight path. What kind of statement is this? Guide us to the straight path. Allah says, okay, 5 times a day, I am guiding you to the straight path. And here it is, follow the straight path. La. Like you're praying, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم, but you're not shaping up. Why? شو عمين عم تضحك. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib looks at his people, and his people, the companions of Ali, compared to us, oh please. He looks at people, puts them in check. He says, أبهذه الأعمال تريدون أن تجاوروا الله? With these actions that you do, you want to go be the neighbors of Allah, Judgment Day? هيهات لا يخدع الله عن جنته. Allah can never be fooled. He can never put you in His heaven with these actions. هيهات لا يخدع الله عن جنته. If your prayer did not do anything in your everyday life, ويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون. Woe unto those who pray, basically, and the prayers doesn't do anything. It's the Quranic verse. Why? Physically, we teach you very well. When you want to pray, this is the way to perform wudu. When you want to pray, stand up like this, Allahu Akbar. We're teaching you the physical exterior, what you're supposed to do in the prayer. But the actual prayer, the spiritual prayer, that's what goes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the offering that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts from me and from you. I don't mean to make this tough, nor do I mean to sound negative. For all I know, maybe Judgment Day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with His mercy, say, تفضلوا, all of you go to heaven. I'm not going to tell them, oh, what are you doing? لا, تفضلوا كلكم على الجنة. Al-Jannah is big enough for all of us. You can do anything you want. You can role play. You can fix up here. You can have 10 bathrooms. It's God's call, and He may do that because of His mercy, not because I and you deserve it. But I am one not to take chances. Be on the safe side. I'm not going to wait there, shake for so many years till after all the mercy of Allah arrives. This is the offering that I made. Allah, شو أنت بتقول every time you intend you want to do the prayer? شو بتقول؟ بتقول أصلي صلاة الصبح واجبا قربة فقربا قربانا. Qurba, this is an offering to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah might take and say, hey, here, you can have it. You better bring it in a different way. You better give it to me the way Abel gave it to me, not the way Cain gave it to me. And then we wake up the next morning. إنما يتقبل الله من المتقين. Ali ibn Abi Talib, the epic of piety, not only in his prayers, we already spoke to you how he was in his prayers, how he was in his night, in his actions. Abu Dharr al-Ghafari comes over to the father of Yazid. Minui, the father of Yazid, Muawiyah, comes in, he finds a huge palace. He called it Qasr al-Khadra, the green palace. Abu Dharr is surprised. You are Khalifat al-Muslimin. You are in this green palace. And Abu Dharr knows that, Muawiyah knows that Abu Dharr is Imam Ali's companion. Look what you have here. Muawiyah, father of Yazid. Ali, father of Hussein. صح? He looks and بيقول له, Ali doesn't live in a house like this. And really? How so? Would you like to describe the house of Ali? The poet says, وَبَيْتُكَ وَهْوَ بَسِيطٌ بِمَا حَوَتْهُ جَوَانِبُهُ الْأَرْبَعُ. Your home is so simple, whatever it encompasses the four walls. When you have four walls, how many rooms do you have? وَبَيْتُكَ وَهْوَ بَسِيطٌ بِمَا حَوَتْهُ جَوَانِبُهُ الْأَرْبَعُ. He's describing the home of Ali, exactly like the homes of the children of Ali nowadays, the scholars of Ali. Ya Allah. وَبَيْتُكَ وَهْوَ بَسِيطٌ بِمَا حَوَتْهُ جَوَانِبُهُ الْأَرْبَعُ فَزَاوِيَةٌ مِنْهُ فِيهَا الْحَصِيرُ. On one corner there's that الحصير. شو يعني الحصير? The rug made out of من الأش, from straw. فزاوية فيها الحصير إلى جنبه جرة توضع. Next to it is a jar. توضع, next to it. He's describing, right? Virtual real estate, ها? بتدور عليها. إلى جنبه جرة توضع. وأخرى, the other corner. فيها من جريد النخل سرير قوائمه ترفع. He looks at the other corner, he sees a bed made out of the palm trees. من جريد النخل, you know those things that you bring down from, not the actual log, but the branches. وأخرى من جريد النخل سرير قوائمه ترفع. وآنية الطين وهي الكؤوس. And next, in the third corner, there is a jar made out of clay. وهي الكؤوس. He calls it goblets. Why does he call it, the poet, goblets? Not because it's a goblet in itself. If you look at it, it's very medieval, old. But because what? وآنية الطين وهي الكؤوس وفي كف مالكها تصنع. It's a goblet because the person that made it, فاطمة الزهراء عليها السلام. وآنية الطين وهي الكؤوس ففي كف مالكها تصنع. بيقول له, this is the house of Ali bin Abi Talib, and you are living here. This is what Ali bin Abi Talib gives to Allah, the offering that he gives to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not only in his prayer, not only in the way he talks, he walks, the way he lives. You want to look at a man that follows Ali, you look how he lives. Does he live like Ali? Not necessarily exactly. Live something similar to Ali. Ali, if I was to tell you about our homes today, Ya Allah, our mascara cabinet is probably as big as yours. This is Ali. Either you put yourself where Ali is, the offering that Ali gives, or the offering that Muawiyah gives. Live the life of Muawiyah, no problem. A man came and he wanted to see what's this all thing there's talking about Ali and Muawiyah, and how could you tell a man, isn't it better to go to his grave site to see which is which? He says, I want to go search for the grave of Ali. He goes into, where's Ali buried? Where's Ali buried? Najaf in Iraq. He's a poet. He arrives in Iraq. He arrives at the shrine of Ali. From afar, there's a gate that he walks in. He walks over there. He looks and he sees a golden door. And he sees all these people at the grave site of Imam Ali alayhi salam. And he says, I'm not going to go inside. Why? What he saw on the outside was enough for him to get a picture and take that picture back to Damascus to see where Muawiyah is. He looks and he talks to the door. He says, لَعْلِعْ بِبَابِ عَلِيٍّ أَيُّهَا الذَّهَبُ. He says, I want you, he's talking to the gold that's on the dome. لَعْلِعْ بِبَابِ عَلِيٍّ أَيُّهَا الذَّهَبُ. Enjoy. I want you to enjoy your shyness, O gold, on the door of Ali. وَاخْطُفْ بِأَبْصَارِ مَنْ سِرُّ وَمَنْ غَضِبُ. And because you shine, you need glasses when you look at the gold. وَاخْطُفْ, meaning take away the sights of those who like and those who dislike. وَقُلْ, and say unto the one that used to throw you aside, Ali, didn't he used to grab the gold coin and the silver coin and throw it on the side and say, غُرِّ غَيْرِ, try somebody else? You're not going to fool me? وَاخْطُفْ بِأَبْصَارِ مَنْ سُرُّ وَمَنْ غَضِبُ. وَقُلْ, say, لمن كان قد أقصاك ناحية عفوا إذا جئت منك اليوم أقترب. Say unto the one that used to throw you on the side, apologize if I'm coming close to you. لعل بادرة تبدو لحيدرة أن ترتضيها لك الأبواب والعتب. Maybe there's a different situation here. فقد عهدناه والصفراء منكرة لعينه وسناها عنده لهب. The shyness of the gold and Ali is what? Sparks of fire. ما قيمة الذهب الوهاج عند يد على السواء لديها الترب والترب. What is the worthiness of the gold in the hands of whom thinks gold and dust are similar in worthiness? قل للمعربد بلغ معاوية عني مغلغلة. قل وقل له وأخو التبليغ ينتدب. قل للمعربد حيث الكأس فارغة خفض عليك فلا خمر ولا عنب. سموك زورا أمير المؤمنين وهل يرضى بغير علي ذلك اللقب.
اللهم صل على محمد.
He comes back. He comes back searching for the grave of Muawiyah. Ibn Abi al-Hadid says, Ya barqu in ji'ta al-ghariyya faqul lahu. He's talking to the lightning. If you were to come over Najaf, say unto Najaf, Aturaka ta'lamu بأرضك مودع. Do you know who's buried within you? فيك ابن عمران الكليم وبعده عيسى يقفيه وأحمد يتبع. بل فيك جبريل بل فيك ميكال بل فيك الملأ المقدس أجمع. بل فيك نور الله جل جلاله لأولي البصائر يستشف ويلمع. يا قالع الباب الذي عن هزه عجزت أكف 40 و40. Do you know who's buried there? He comes back searching for Muawiyah's grave. He looks, he finds Muawiyah's grave within the remnants of Damascus. He asks around, his own neighbors didn't know. He starts looking. Finally, he finds a group of small, whatever, they throw it and you got mice, you got flies all over it. He stands there, he takes a look. This is Muawiyah. This is Muawiyah's grave. And this is his son Yazid. That's Ali, Hussein. What is this? He looks and he says, أين القصور أبا يزيد ولهوية. Abu Yazid, father of Yazid, where are the green palace he used to talk about? أين القصور أبا يزيد ولهوها والصافنات وزهوها والسؤدد. أين الدهاء نحرت عزته على أعتاب دنيا سحرها لا ينفذ. هذا ضريحك. Look at your grave. لو بصرت ببؤسه لأسالمت معك المصير الأسود. كتل من التراب المهين بخربة سكر الذباب فيها فراح يعربد. Prostitution between the flies over your grave. خفيت معالمها على سكانها فكأنها في مجهل لا يقصد. أبا يزيد وتلك حكمة خالق. ماذا أقول وباب سمعك موصد. قم وانظر النجف الأغر بنظرة. قم وارمق النجف الأغر. Get up and look at Najaf. قم وارمق النجف الأغر بنظرة. انت قم. Get up and look at Najaf. Look at what your Imam did for you. Look at his shrine. قم وارمق النجف الأغر بنظرة. يرتد طرفك وهو باك أرمد. تلك العظام أعز ربك شأنها. تكاد لولا خوف ربك تعبد. أبدا تباكرها الوفود. يحثها من كل صوب شوقها المتوقد. This is Ali ibn Abi Talib. This is who he is. This is what he left us. He offered us today evil. Muawiyah offered us today who? Cain. Muawiyah offered us Yazid. And Imam Ali alayhi salam offered us Hussein. This is the 10th day of Karbala. Before we go into the tears of Imam Hussein, this is the 10th day of Karbala. This is the day Imam Hussein alayhi salam was martyred, him and his household. We don't like to make the situation emotional more than it is, but we would like to be factual and truthful about what we say about Imam Ali and about Al-Hussein alayhi salam. Some you may not like. Some parts of the story you might not like. You might want to hear the other fascinating side of the story, the fairy tales. On the podium of Abu Abdullah, no fairy tales shall be offered. The only fairy tales are there to sugarcoat something that's not there. Hussein alayhi salam is different. Imam Hussein is a message. And the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam that we offer to you today is Allah fi awladikum. Watch out, children. These are the future. Watch out for yourself. Make sure Judgment Day, the way you do your thing, you grab your children and you're the first people in heaven. Don't sell out for something that's not worth it. If you sell Judgment Day, and that's the message of Hussein, if you sell Judgment Day for a couple of years of living, for 10 years of playing with toys, 10 years of having pimples, 10 years of where to pick the man, 10 years of having white hair, if you sell heaven for this, shame unto us. That's the message that Imam Hussein salamullahi alayhi, in the blood that he gave, that he wants me and you to learn. Not the tear that comes out of your eye. He wants you to translate that tear into action. And this is the start from the 10th day of Ashura. If you don't want to do that, Allahumma inni ballaght. I said what I had to say. Make sure that you grab your kids and enter heaven under any expense. Al-Hussein alayhi salam, on the day of Karbala, after all his household has been sacrificed, he walks up and he knows that nobody is left. And normally Al-Hussein used to go into battle and come back, check on the women. Why? لأنه الحسين عنده غيرة. غيرة meaning what? يعني jealousy over his own, his children, his wives. Al-Hussein alayhi salam made sure nobody leaves the tent. He doesn't want the enemy to see Zainab, nor does he want them to see Sukaina, because there are, to Imam Hussein, they're like the jewels. Once you open it and see it, it no longer shines anymore. You've seen it. This is the household of the Prophet. Hussein wants to keep it that way. While he's fighting, you should only know how it feels for Ahlul Bayt to be in that camp and hearing the sounds outside. Al-Hussein would go into battle. He would fight like the lion that he is. He would come back. He would check up. Once the people, the wives of Imam Hussein, sister Zainab, Sukaina, his daughter, they hear Sahil al-Faras. They hear the footsteps of the horse. They hear the sound of the horse. They know Hussein alayhi salam is near. They'd come near the gate, near the door of the tent. And they would look through to see that Hussein alayhi salam came back. Hussein alayhi salam did that over 3 times. The only thing is, توجه الإمام الحسين إلى المخيم. Zainab alayhi salam is behind. They didn't hear the sound of the horse. Hussein alayhi salam comes down the horse. Rabat al-Faras comes down. He does his dua and the enemy is back there. And finally he knew that this was the last time that he would leave without being able to come back and check. Stands outside. In a way, he says, صح ألا من يقدم لي جوادي وأنا ابن رسول الله. Who is it that will give me my horse to go to battle, and I am the grandson of the Prophet? ألا من يقدم لي جوادي وأنا ابن رسول الله. ألا من يقدم لي لامة حربي وأنا ابن أمير المؤمنين. Who's going to give me my shield, my sword, and I am the son of Amir al-Mu'mineen. ألا من يقدم لي لامة حربي وأنا ابن أمير المؤمنين. Who's in the tent? Zainab. خرجت زينب عليها السلام. She says, أخي لمن تنادي وليس في مخيمنا سوى نساء وأطفال. Who are you calling, Hassan? I know what you're doing. There's nobody in the tent except women and children. وليس في مخيمنا سوى نساء وأطفال. إن كنت تدعو صحبك فها هم راقدون قد صرعهم ريب المنون. هذا العباس قطيع اليدين، هذا علي الأكبر مذبوح من الوريد إلى الوريد. Who are you calling? You're calling Ali al-Akbar? You're calling Abbas, his hands are cut off. She goes over to where Hussein tied the horse. She takes the horse. She comes back. And she says, أخي ما أجلدني. She says, Hussein, have you seen a sister that will bring to her brother the horse of death? أخي ما أجلدني أرأيت أختا تقود إلى أخيها جواد المنية. She goes back, turns over to the women who are inside the camp. She says, قوموا إلى التوديع. Yalla, everybody, for the last goodbye to Hussein. قوموا إلى التوديع إن أخي الحسين دعا بجواده. إن أخي الحسين دعا بجواده إن الفراق طويل. فخرجنا ربات الحجال عواثرين وغدا لها حول الحسين عويل. They came and surrounded Imam Hussein from all corners. And the first one took his hand, started kissing the hand of Abu Abdullah. The other one went down at the feet of Abu Abdullah. أحاطوا بالحسين كالحلقة. هذه تقبل يد الحسين، هذه تقبل قدمي الحسين، وهذه تقول إلى أين يا حمانا، إلى أين يا رجانا. أقبلت سكينة قنز قالت أبا اجلس على وجه الأرض. جلس الحسين. She says, sit down, my father. أبا امسح على رأسي كما يمسح على رأس اليتيم. As if she's telling her father, rub my head as the orphans get rubbed. أبا امسح على رأسي كما يمسح على رأس اليتيم. دنت سكينة هذا الوداع سكينة والملتقى يوم القيامة عند حوض الكوثر. فدع البكاء وللأسر تهيئي واستشعر الصبر الجميل وبادري. قل أبوي يقول لا تخفي علي. Says, Father, please tell me the truth. Is this the last time you're going to come back? أبوي قول لا تخفي علي. بويا هذه روحتك لو بعد جاية. يا بويا إن شان رايح هاي هي. بويا خذني وياك عنك ما اقدر اصبر. He comes back and he says, يقول له يا سكنة قرب لي. بويا هذا الوداع وهاي هي. This is it. Okay, I'm leaving to no return. Zainab alayhi salam comes to the aid of her brother. She says, Hussein, I understand you, you understand me. Hussein, you kept my head, you raised our heads up high. And I'm going to do exactly what you ordered me to do. I'm going to take care of the females, I'm going to take care of the children. She looks at him and she says, as if she's given him a salutation from the heart. A salutation from the heart of Zainab. She says, you are the son of my father. You are the one that my father has raised. And I thank you for that, brother. Imam Hussein alayhi salam goes away from the camp, leaving Zainab standing in the middle of the camp, that mountain called Zainab. Zainab alayhi salam, with a tear within her heart, turns and takes all the females and children back to the camp, exactly like her brother told her. Hussein alayhi salam goes and attacks the army. He goes to the right side and he starts chanting the everlasting chant that every individual has the right to chant and be proud of. And he says, الموت الموت أولى من ركوب العاري. Death is better for me than to be disgraced. الموت أولى من ركوب العاري والعار أولى من دخول النار. أنا الحسين بن علي آلت ألا أنثني. It is me, Hussein, son of Ali, if you hadn't noticed. أنا الحسين بن علي آلت ألا أنثني أحمي عيالات أبي أمضي على دين النبي. He attacks the right side, he attacks the left side, and they were running away from him. The describer of the narrator says that they were running as the goats run away when a lion enters and attacks them. And finally, Umar ibn Sa'd, the leader of the opposition, says, مَا تَنْتَظِرُونَ بِالرَّجُلِ. What are you waiting for? Wallah, if you were to leave him alone like this, you don't know who this person is. هَذَا ابْنُ قَتَّالِ الْعَرَبِ. This is Ibn Ali ibn Abi Talib, the one that killed all your families. هَذَا ابْنُ قَتَّالِ الْعَرَبِ. هَذَا ابْنُ الْأَنْزَعِ الْبَطِينِ. And he says, they said, what do we do? They said, انقسموا, start separating and attack him, surround him so he will have no room between him and the camp, and attack him all at once. That way you would kill him off. And they surely surrounded Hussein, and Hussein alayhi salam turns around and he sees himself surrounded from all sides by the enemy. He takes his sword, he's still on his horse. And وَقَفَ لِيَسْتَرِيحَ قَلِيلًا. They say he waited so he can take a breath while looking at this. And they say a man by Abu al-Hutuf al-Ju'fi, he takes a rock and he throws it, and it hit the forehead of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. سالت الدماء على وجه الإمام. After he hit him with that rock, the blood fell on the eyes of Hussein. He takes a part of his clothing and he wants to wipe the blood so he can see. And they say ضربه, one of the men shot a 3-pronged arrow and it came into the heart of Imam Hussein. It is then when Imam Hussein alayhi salam صاح in the loudest of his voice. He says, هكذا ألقى جدي رسول الله. Imam al-Hussein is still on his horse. He tries to take out the arrow. He couldn't. It was all the way through. It is say he tried again, he couldn't. فانحنى على قربوس سرج فرسه. He goes, he tilts his body a little bit. He grabs the arrow from the back and pulls it out. And when he pulled it out, blood gushed forth. Imam al-Hussein is trying to keep the blood from flowing. He takes something in his hand and he throws it. He takes it and he throws it, but the blood is gushing furiously. Imam Hussein lost his energy and he fell off the horse to the ground. He fell to the ground, and with him took the epic of Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam. Wasal, people, the army surrounded him where he fell. And they heard and they said, ما شاء الله ما رأيت مكسورا قط. I've never seen anybody like this. This is the enemy speaking. All his household were killed. Everybody was killed. His children. I've never seen anybody as strong and strong-willed as this man. We came up to him and he's reading a dua. And the dua, he's murmuring. He says, إلهي تركت الخلق طرا في هواك وأيتمت العيال لكي أراك He said, I did all of this for you, Allah. On the battlefield, on the ground, bleeding. إلهي تركت الخلق ترا في هواك وأيتمت العيال لكي أراك فلو قطعتني بالحب إربا لما مال الفؤاد إلى سواك. If I was to be cut in pieces, my heart will always turn to you. My family are orphans, but everything for you. إلهي وفيت بعهدي إلهي وفيت بعهدي إلهي هذه رجالي في رضاك ذبائحون. This is the stand of Hussein. Even on the last day of Karbala, he's on the ground bleeding, forgot about everything. He's just waiting to meet Allah, and he's speaking to Allah in one of the most beautiful munajat that mankind ever. The horse is standing next to Imam Hussein. They say the horse comes back to the camp. He's making a lot of ruckus. Sukaina, she hears a sound by her aunt Zainab. Zainab says, Amma Sukaina, Ada Abuki qad aqbal. This is your father came back to check up one more time on us. Sukaina qumi wastaqbili. Ada al-Hussein qad aqbal. Your father is here. Sukaina opens up the camp. She sees the horse, but no rider. She says, Amma Zainab, Amma Zainab. The horse has no rider. Amma Zainab, Wallah, laqad qutila walidi. By God, I say, I think my father just got killed. Amma Zainab, Wallah, qutila walidi. Zainab rushes out. She looks and she sees the horse. She starts crying. Ya Muhar Hussein, Ya Muhar Hussein. ولي ولي بكد سكنة ونادت بالمذلة يا عم المهور حط بالقلب علة طلعت زينب صارخة قلة. Zainab rushes up. She's talking to the horse as if she's saying to the horse, طلعت زينب صارخة قلة يا مهر حسين وين حسين قلي أشوفك جيتني تصل بذلي أنا عقب حسين قلي وين أولي. They follow the horse wherever the horse went. The horse goes back to where Imam Hussein was on the floor. They arrive. Zainab alayhi salam, she arrives to the head of her brother. And the rest of the women surround, almost 20 women, daughters, wives, sisters of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. They look over and Imam Hussein, بِمُنَاجَاتِهِ مَعَ Allah, he's calling unto Allah. Zainab is only rightful for Zainab to be atop of Hussein's head. She takes the head of Imam Hussein. From behind, she pulls him up. And he says, Man Zainab? I feel the palms of Zainab. Man Zainab? She says, Fidaka Abi wa Na'am Zainab. This is Zainab. She gives them something to lean on. She looks up in the air. She doesn't want her brother to feel that she's crying. She looks to Allah and she says, Allahumma taqabbal minna hada al-qurban. Allah, please accept this sacrifice. What a strong heart Zainab has. Allahumma taqabbal hada al-qurban. Allahumma taqabbal hada al-qalil. Hussein alayhi salam is still within his supplications to Allah. Ilahi taraktu al-khalqa turran fi hawak. He's looking at Zainab alayhi salam. She cries within her heart. She looks at the orphans. She looks at Sukaina. She knows Sukaina is going to be an orphan soon. And soon they see Shimar, la'natullahi alayhi, comes. Umar ibn Sa'ad says, Ariyuh al-rajul. make sure he feels no more pain. Zainab alayhi salam, the rightful Zainab, she stays away from the man. She doesn't want to be where a man sees her. She leaves the body of her brother. She lays the head of Imam Hussein back where she picked it up. She goes and she allows Shimr to come over the body of Hussein. Zainab turns around, she doesn't want to see this sight. Shimr comes and sits on top of the Hussein and catches Hussein alayhi salam and grabs him by his beard. And he hits him 12 times on his body. And he's about to take his head off. Habib ibn Muslim says, as if the world became so dark upon us. وَإِذَا بِالسَّمَاءِ قَدْ اسْوَدَّتْ. Zainab turns around. وَإِذَا بِالسَّمَاءِ قَدْ اسْوَدَّتْ. Zainab وَقَائِلٌ يَقُولُ. Zainab hears somebody saying, Allah, Allahu Akbar, قُتِلَ الْحُسَيْنُ بْنُ عَلِي. Zainab turns around, she sees the head of her brother on top of the spear. Allahu Akbar, قُتِلَ الْحُسَيْنُ بْنُ عَلِي. Zainab looks with the strongest heart. يا شايل يا شايل راسه يا حسين. She's talking to the person who lifted the head of Imam Hussein. يا شايل راسه يا حسين لا تلوحه. Make sure you don't move the head too much. This is the pride and joy of Ahlul Bayt. This is our pride. يا شايل راسه يا لا تلوحه. حطت من بقايا الروس رمحه. أخاف الهوى يفوت بجرحه ويقوم خويا ينضام. يا رفعة الراس يا حسين. You lifted our heads up high, saying, يا رفعة الراس يا حسين. She looks around. She says to the people, مروا 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 على العباس جثة بلا راس. Go over, see Abbas, the head with nobody. مروا على العباس جثة بلا راس. شلون الصبر يا ناس تمشي وتخلونا. مروا على الأكبر. Pass by Akbar also. مروا على الأكبر وعلى الذرى مطبر. نادوا بني حيدر خلهم يشيلونا. مروا على القاسم وعلى الذرى نايم. Pass by, you also see Qasim. نادوا بني هاشم خلهم يكفنونا. مروا على ابن أمي. Also pass to the son of my mother. مروا على ابن أمي وعلى الذرى مرمي. نادوا بني عمي خلهم يغسلونا. يا خويا أنا لقعد على درب الضعون. أنا لقعد على درب الضعون بعدك. وناشد اللي يروحون واللي يجون كل من إلى غياب علي يلفون. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. اللهم تقبل أعمالنا يا الله بحق الحسين وأهل بيت الحسين.